Just joined by two members formerly of the 90s Platinum R&B group. So, getting into the next topic, we're speaking about mental health, but not just any mental health. We're talking about men's mental health.
Why men?
Because men have menopause. That's why.
That for all those, well, you guys already know who that is. I'm introducing them. That's Chargy from the morning show, and they're joining us to speak on this topic of men's mental health. So besides the menopause that you guys experience, Junior, your tag team today. You got two against one.
We're gonna dissect his menopause.
He's like,
Jimmy, call it, please.
Jimmy's not calling
Jimmy,
in.
call it.
He's wearing brown
I
today.
can answer the phone. I'm not answering.
Don't answer Jimmy's number. I'll give it to you.
You gotta do this all by yourself. Come on.
That's right. So menopause. Let's talk about your menopause. It's usually around the 22nd of every month. I've known him for about 6 years, and about the 22nd, his menopause kicks in.
Oh, she's getting it down. She knows it down. All right.
Goes through about the 7th of the month. He has
Listen.
extra long menopause.
I mean, everybody has their time where we just want to be secluded, and I think it's a mental thing. Sometimes we just need a break, But men do have mental breakdowns, and we tend to keep it internal, which is not a healthy thing at time. But we choose to keep it because that okay, I'm a man, so I need to tough it up and deal with everybody else's issues.
Yeah, everybody tells men, man up.
Yeah, man up. You the man, so you should deal with it. And that's the approach we usually take, which is not always a good approach, but
Right, and so you say that men try to hold it in, or they try to hide it or disguise it, and what that does is that's why men usually are the higher risk for heart attacks and things like that because of their stress and because of just internalizing a lot of things. A lot of men, the stigma is they need to be strong. They need to have an outward, I'm in charge. I'm the man of the house, and they put all this weight and all this stuff on their shoulders. But literally, the stress can lead to depression, which men always are like. They usually call women that are depressed crazy, which I hate that word.
That's a scary
But
part.
they have depression too, and it takes a man to say, "Hey, I'm depressed. It's okay to be depressed and be a man."
But that's where we get the confusion, because then man up is as put that aside and just man up about it. And a lot of people don't look at it as express it. Because the scary part about it is when men have things built up so much that when they explode, you don't want to be around.
No, but it's also not healthy for you.
It is not healthy, but it's hard to get us out of a one mode and to another, because we're just known for we're bred to be no, y'all don't have problems, y'all don't have mental problems, you the man, deal with it, and things just build up.
And especially with the youth nowadays, again, we're speaking, you're speaking from a man's perspective, but in regards to the 18 to 25-year-olds, they're suffering even more now due to depression because the men don't know how to speak up because they're growing up or watching what they see on social media, so to speak, and they think that, what's the word? They say, oh, you're soft or you're lame if you're speaking up. So it's that pressure of, do I express myself or don't express myself? So that being said, it's like, you guys have kids, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
So
when men do
you
that,
guys speak? Do you have a son, or how do you?
I
guys
do. I have
speak
a
to
son and a daughter. My son and I, we've had talks because mental health is in my family and different aspects on different sides. And, I always spoke to him because I'm a nurse. So I'm well aware of, the psychosis and the things that people go through, especially in their young 20s. And suicide rate is very high in men in their 20s because, they don't know how to handle depression and they're still trying to figure out, why do I feel this way? There's something wrong with me. I'm a man. I'm supposed to be strong, but I feel this way and I want to cry, and only girls cry. So, there's the suicidal rate there that you have to look into as a factor. Another thing that I know as a nurse for mental health with men, because it's not necessarily unrecognized. I mean, it's getting better, but you have to also come forward and say, hey, I have this issue. So we have to show support for that. But another thing is a lot of men will tend to go towards substance abuse because that's how they will cope with their depression, their stress, and all of that. So men's mental health awareness really does need to be talked about more than just the month
Yeah.
of mental
Yeah.
health awareness.
I got a question for you. Are you a mom first or a nurse first? When it comes to your kids, when it comes to your
It
kids.
depends. I mean, if they're, and if it has to do with health, I'm immediately going to flip into the nurse mode.
Yeah.
I just am. I can't help it.
Well, a mommy and a nurse, they're both lovers and caregivers, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah.